In preparation for our session on Monday at the rehearsal of the Scottish Chamber Orchestra, where we will be confronted by moving models, musicians playing, I want to make some suggestions about an approach you might take to dealing with the moving subject. One thing of course, about these musicians moving is that they'll tend to go through sort of repetitive movements, returning every now and then to the same position as they play. So I'm going to propose a way of working which I've illustrated here already. I've selected a handful of colours which fit with these violinists. Something for clothing, for skin, for hair, for the instrument. And then I've drawn into some colour shapes with one of the pastel pencils. That means that I'm prepared with some of the main colours. I can put down some rough shapes, and then as I observe them playing, I can select from what I see to begin to add definition and to define some of these colour shapes. So in order to illustrate this, I'm going to work from a video. I'm slightly challenged because I can't find a video where there's a single camera angle, so it will change and I'll have to pause and rerun it. But I'm going to start by drawing hair. So that's a little disappointing because I actually did this drawing while the video was playing, but the record didn't work, so you didn't see it. So let's try again. Okay, so I'm going to start with hair. And as I said, I put down a brown shape for hair. I've got a kind of flesh tone, which I'll put in face and neck. Maybe a position for some arms. Now it does change, so I've just got to be patient. But actually I can remember where the violin was. As a shape, somewhere around there. And then something for clothing. So having put down those shapes, and then, as I say, I'm going to take my pencil and start to draw some lines that define, well, firstly I'm doing the head, so it does change, so I'll just keep drawing, and their back, here we go. Drawing the instrument, I'm going to try and get something of its 3 dimensions, so not just drawing the top, but getting something of the side plane. And I'm going over, so this is adding the line to those colours. And it's probably more really once I get to arms and hands that I've got to be a bit more decisive as to what their position is going to be. But those shapes that I've put down, I can smudge, I can build them up. I might get multiple arm positions, or I might be able to go on actually strengthening some of the colour and using that as a way of making things more definite. So that's just a fairly simple introduction, going from colour shapes and not defining them too soon, but watching as well as drawing in that loose way, watching to decide what positions I ultimately want to fix make more definite. So of course I've drawn this woman several times, and I could probably do it from memory now. So there might be a lesson in that as well. I thought I should try this trumpeter as well. Well, going for a bit of hair and you can't see it. For his face and some hands here. So it's very much about drawing shapes and I suppose trusting in those shapes. Listen, trusting that those shapes will come good, and that their approximate nature actually is an advantage. It can help to smudge, to solidify things. Bother with spectacles, but I will go for a nose, and those hands are in the wrong place, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to put them in the right place now. So those loose shapes that I put down aren't necessarily the ones that I stay with. But again, it'll be a case of continuing to observe and adding what's required. I suppose actually trumpeting is slightly more straightforward than violining, because that position is held fairly steady, so I can build it up and adjust my drawing to suit. So that's just a couple of examples. Our rehearsing musicians at the Queen's Hall will of course be moving, and they won't be modelling for us, but we will have models in the studio the following week who are going to be modelling with violin, cello and some wind instruments as well. So that's brief, but I hope it's enough of a suggestion of a way of working for you to get started with working from live performing musicians. So yeah, look forward to seeing you on Monday.